The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost. Lady Galadriel starts narrating The Lord of the Rings with these words. Today, the reason for this drastic change is global warming. Hello everyone, I am Reva Dhurape and I will be talking about climate action. I'm sure you've heard that the world was going to end in 2012. Many of the calendars made by people of ancient civilizations ended in this year. In the 1890s, when global warming was discovered, scientists believed that the world was going to end soon. Some people predicted that we would be wiped out by natural disasters like a giant wave, earthquakes, or tremendous volcanic eruptions. Yet, here I stand, 10 years later. This makes me wonder, is climate change real or is it actually an elaborate hoax? The news of heat waves in Europe this year has spread worldwide. In Portugal, the average temperatures in the month of July used to be 30 degrees Celsius. In the heat wave this year, the temperature shot up by a staggering 17 degrees to 47 degrees Celsius. Even in India, the heat wave this year has resulted in the hottest March since 1901. Due to this heat wave, a glacial lake released large amounts of water into a stream, as a result of which the Hassanabad Bridge in Pakistan collapsed. Statistics show that the rise in annual average temperatures of a few states of India over the past few decades. These heat waves are followed by many deaths and severe water crisis. Unexpected changes in temperature, changes in extreme weather events, and changing rainfall patterns are leading to food scarcity. We have multiple food crises occurring in 2022. The cause? Global warming. So, no, global warming isn't a hoax or a joke. Food, a basic necessity of life, is impacted by climate change. As temperatures are rising, the water requirements of crops in fields are also rising. The plant's immunity decreases due to water scarcity, and this hot, humid weather with high levels of carbon dioxide is suitable for the growth of pests like insects, weeds, and fungi. Hence, plants are now more vulnerable to attacks by these pests. Farmers shift to chemical pesticides, fertilizers, genetically modified crops, and high-yielding variety seeds for a greater yield and faster production. These modern farming methods not only make the food harmful for consumption, but also decrease the soil fertility and cause pollution. The heat wave in India this year occurred in the final stage of the wheat growing season and killed the crop right before harvest. In some parts of Punjab, nearly 30% of the crop was lost. It is noticed that for every 0.5 degree rise in temperature, milk production in cows falls by 2 liters per day. So, in a heat wave like that of Europe this year, where temperatures rise by 17 degrees, just imagine how low the production will go. This decrease in yield is increasing food prices. Without food, life is impossible. Are we going to be robbed of this fundamental necessity of life? Now, let's turn the tables. Food is also a major contributor to climate change. As demand increases, forests are cut down to make way for monocultures. These forests are major carbon sinks, meaning that they absorb more carbon dioxide than they release. With these gone, global warming is certain to speed up. But how do our individual actions add to this? I'm sure you like cheese. So just imagine that you are eating a tasty piece of cheddar cheese imported from England. Deforestation took place to plant pastures for cows to graze. The cows multiplied, releasing more methane in the air. Just 1 kilo of cheese releases about 14 kilos of carbon dioxide in the air. The cows provided us with milk, which was processed into cheese. 576 kilos of carbon dioxide are released while transporting the cheese from England to Mumbai. The multiple layers of packaging also add to the cheese's carbon footprint. So, a total of about 600 kilos of carbon dioxide are released, which is equivalent to a car traveling about 2,000 kilometers, meaning that we can travel from Pune to Jammu and Kashmir. The packaging is disposed of in a dustbin and it ends up in a landfill. Now, this isn't just cheese being villainous. Every food we eat influences our carbon footprint. And the carbon footprints of 8 billion people are the reason for climate change. We are caught in this never-ending vicious circle. While one feels that this problem is unsolvable, it is we as citizens who have the power to help being a part of the solution. As Gandalf says, it is the everyday deeds of ordinary people that keep the darkness at bay. This is true for our problem too. Small everyday changes in our lifestyle can help keep climate change at bay. We all know about a few methods like walking short distances or using public transport, but the different realities in our country put obstacles in our path. Our home is where everything is in our control, thus making it the ideal place to start. I researched and found out simple changes that I could make that wouldn't really be noticeable but would impact my carbon footprint. Eating local helps offset transport emissions, a solution to the cheese problem. This also creates livelihood and employment opportunities. The dairy industry overall has a very high carbon footprint today. So, I have reduced my meat consumption to help this cause further. The fruits and vegetables that we get outside have been grown with harmful chemical pesticides. Growing a small piece of organic vegetables in our terraces is carbon free. This is a part of my terrace garden at home. The produce that we get comes free of packaging and transport emissions, and the fruits of one's labors are certainly sweeter. Composting kitchen waste, wet waste, and fruit peels creates an organic fertilizer, and egg peels provide the plants with calcium. Flowering plants benefit from water used to wash lentils and rice, so we reuse that here too. Plant-based floor cleaners that we have made at home, like Rita, don't have any chemicals, so they don't pollute the rivers. All of these are just ways of reusing and recycling the waste that we generate. Rob Greenfield, an American activist, is an excellent example of being the change. He lived in a tiny 10 feet by 10 feet hut that he built with recycled materials in the urban environment of Florida. His aim? Going carbon neutral. For 365 days, he only ate foods that he grew or foraged. 1 year without grocery stores or restaurants, nothing packaged or processed, nothing shipped over long distances. His outdoor kitchen used rainwater for washing hands and dishes, and his waste was used as fertilizer for trees. At the end, he felt healthier and happier. He also helped in building up a community that practiced and supported these ideals. It is up to us whether we enjoy at the cost of our planet or enjoy doing our bit to delay the climate crisis. In the words of Sir David Attenborough, we often talk about saving the planet, but the truth is that we must do these things to save ourselves. Thank you.